No, look, I mean, there's always going to be a lot of competitive fire in an Ashes Test match. There's no doubt about that. Both sides expect it. But, you know, the couple of words that were exchanged, which I didn't think was particularly over the top on either side, to be honest, doesn't win or lose you a Test match, you know. And, you know, for us to be worrying about that side of things is taking our eye on what's actually important, which is our performances, which weren't good enough.
And you intend keeping the same 11 for Melbourne?
Excuse me?
You intend keeping the same 11 for Melbourne?
As I said, we're not going to rule anything out at this stage, but we've got a few days to take stock of the situation. You know, I wouldn't think there'll be wholesale changes because it's not a time to panic.
The WAC is a very distinctive pitch and a very distinctive challenge. Does that in a way make it easier to move on from?
I don't know. I mean, we just don't know what the conditions are going to be like in the next two pitches. So I think you'd be unwise not to try and learn lessons from every game of cricket you play, and we intend to do that. You know, one of the things we pride ourselves on is being a pretty resilient bunch, and we're disappointed to lose the game in the manner we have done. But you know, we've always bounced back well in the past, and there's no reason why we can't do that.
And are there thoughts of moving on earlier than planned to Melbourne, or is it a matter now of just having 24 hours to reassess it and stay here?
I'm not sure. We haven't discussed that at this stage. I think our tour manager will be fretting if we're trying to get too many flights early. So, you know, we may just have to chill out for a day or so.
How big a decision will it be for Ricky Ponting to decide whether or not to play in Melbourne with a broken finger?
I don't know. I mean, that's always a kind of individual thing on how your hands feel around your bat, to be honest. It's never so much the pain, it's as if it restricts your ability to bat. So, yeah, that's a decision you have to make.
And was weariness a factor with the bowlers? Jimmy and Steve Finn both seem to be struggling at times.
Well, I think it was harder for them in this game because Graham Swan obviously didn't bowl as much. So, you know, it's... and having sort of come through 2 tough Test matches. But at the same time, you know, I wouldn't criticise what our bowlers did because I think they did a pretty good job, really. It was more the batsmen that were to blame.
Did it take you by surprise when you feel pretty by surprise that Johnson started swinging the ball that afternoon? He said, you know, lost 3 wickets before you knew it. Did you expect him to be getting that kind of afternoon?
We didn't necessarily expect it, but, you know, there was quite a healthy wind blowing, so... as a batsman, you just got to react to what's coming down at you, and we didn't do that well enough. You know, it was a good spell of bowling, there's no doubt about it, and all credit to him for coming back the way he did. But he's always been a dangerous customer, there's no doubt about it. He's got the ability to bowl good balls. You know, we've got to be better in terms of keeping those good balls out and then scoring off the bad ones.
Jim, did you consider pushing him out the order in the second innings of this match?
No.
Fighting against anything like complacency and anything to do like that, looking at the bigger picture, maybe there's a feeling of relaxation about the side, everything going so well, families arriving. There's a nice feeling that you had coming into this game. Do you think that had an impact?
I don't think so, no. I mean, you know, there was quite a nice feeling after the first day when we bowled them out for 260 odd. There was quite a nice feeling at an hour into play on the second day, but then things went wrong because we didn't grab that opportunity. So I don't think that was anything to do with how we were feeling before the game. I think we just didn't react well at a certain given state in the game. And, you know, we've said all along that the side that's going to win this series is the one that grabs those crucial sessions by the scruff of the neck. And we didn't do it in this Test match. We had an opportunity, we didn't do it. We did do it in Adelaide. We're going to make sure we do it in Melbourne.
John, thanks. Was the fact that Swan bowled so little just a tactic based on conditions and
yeah, there was nothing in it for the spinner, really. I mean, he did well to get a couple of wickets in the first innings, but there was no turn, and you know, the ball sort of skidded onto the bat pretty well. So in those circumstances, it's always going to be hard for a spinner to exert any sort of pressure, which you know we all know is how spinners get their wickets. So it was just one of those things. You know, again, Australia played him pretty well and played him pretty positively, but you know, the remaining 2 wickets in the series, I think, should suit him more than this one did. Yeah, he bowled really well, no doubt about it. He got a lot of balls in the right area, and I think that was probably the basis of their performances, that all four seamers kind of were applying pressure at both ends. So all credit to the way they bowled. But, I don't think we've seen anything in this match that we haven't seen before. We've just got to be better at playing it, to be honest.